Picture this. You walk into a crowded room full of ambitious people, all fired up about changing their lives through trading. Fast forward 6 months, and that same room is nearly empty. Where did everyone go? They didn't just disappear into thin air, they quit. But here's what nobody talks about. The reason most traders quit has absolutely nothing to do with losing money. I know that sounds crazy. You're probably thinking, of course it's about losing money. That's the obvious answer, right? But stick with me, because what I'm about to reveal will completely change how you think about trading failure. And if you're struggling right now, if you've been on the verge of giving up, this might just save your trading career. Most people assume traders quit because they blow up their accounts. They think it's about bad strategies, market manipulation, or simply not being smart enough. But after studying thousands of trading journeys, analyzing why people actually walk away from the markets, I discovered something that shocked even me. The real reason has been hiding in plain sight this entire time. Let me tell you about Marcus. 25 years old, college graduate, decent job in accounting. He stumbles across a trading video on social media one evening. The creator is showing screenshots of profitable trades, talking about financial freedom, painting this picture of a life where money works for you instead of the other way around. Marcus gets hooked immediately. Within a week, he's downloaded MetaTrader, opened a demo account, and started learning the basics. The demo account goes well. He's making virtual profits, feeling confident, thinking he's got this figured out. So he deposits $500 into a live account. His first trade makes $40. His second trade makes $60. He's on cloud 9, already calculating how long it'll take to quit his day job. Then reality hits. A losing streak wipes out most of his account. But Marcus doesn't quit yet. He deposits more money, studies harder, finds new strategies. He joins trading communities, follows gurus, buys courses. For 6 months, he's completely obsessed. He's checking charts during work meetings, setting alarms for market opens, thinking about trading every waking moment. But here's where it gets interesting. Marcus wasn't losing money anymore. He'd actually figured out risk management. His account was slowly growing. He was becoming consistent. And that's exactly when he quit. This is where most people's brains short circuit. Why would someone quit when they're finally succeeding? This is the real reason traders quit, and it's something nobody talks about because it's uncomfortable to admit. It challenges everything we think we know about human motivation. The truth is, most traders don't quit because of failure. They quit because of what success actually looks like versus what they thought it would look like. They quit because reality doesn't match the fantasy they built in their mind. Let me explain. When people start trading, they imagine a specific lifestyle. They picture themselves making quick decisions that generate massive profits. They imagine the thrill of being right about market moves. They fantasize about posting screenshots of big wins, about having this exciting career where every day brings new opportunities for wealth. But successful trading isn't like that at all. Successful trading is boring. It's repetitive. It's following the same rules over and over again. It's taking small profits consistently instead of hitting home runs. It's spending hours analyzing charts for setups that might not even appear. It's watching your account grow by tiny increments while your friends are out living their lives. People don't quit the failure. They quit the grind. They quit the boredom. They discover that the prize isn't what they were promised, and the cost is their entire life. Marcus realized that even as a profitable trader, he was still going to his accounting job every day. His trading profits were nice, but they weren't life-changing. They were supplemental income that came at the cost of his free time, his relationships, and his mental energy. The reality of successful trading felt nothing like the dream that got him started. This is what I call the expectation gap, and it destroys more trading careers than blown accounts ever could. People don't quit because they're losing money. They quit because winning money isn't what they thought it would be. They quit because the process of becoming consistently profitable is the opposite of everything that attracted them to trading in the first place. Think about it. What draws people to trading? The excitement, the potential for quick wealth, the idea of beating the market, the fantasy of financial freedom. But what does successful trading actually require? Patience, discipline, accepting small gains, following boring rules, treating it like a business instead of a lottery ticket. The people who quit aren't weak. They're not failures. They're human beings who discovered that the thing they thought they wanted isn't actually what they wanted at all. They They realized that the cost of success in trading, the sacrifice of time and energy and emotional bandwidth, wasn't worth the reward they were actually getting. This is why you see traders quit right when they start becoming profitable. This is why people walk away just as they're figuring it out. It's not about the money. It's about the realization that successful trading is a completely different animal than what they signed up for. But here's the thing that makes this even more complex. Some traders push through this realization and continue anyway. What separates them from the ones who quit? What allows certain people to embrace the boring reality of profitable trading while others can't handle the disconnect between expectation and reality? The answer lies in something psychologists call identity attachment. When people start trading, they don't just adopt a new skill, they adopt a new identity. They start seeing themselves as traders. They tell their friends about it, they join trading communities, they change their social media profiles. They build their entire sense of self around this new pursuit. And here's where the real psychological trap reveals itself. When your identity becomes wrapped up in being a trader, quitting feels like losing yourself. It's not just about walking away from an activity anymore. It's about admitting that this fundamental part of who you think you are might have been wrong, that the person you've been telling people you are doesn't actually exist. Sarah is another example that illustrates this perfectly. She spent 2 years learning to trade, posted about it constantly on Instagram. Her bio read, Forex payer and future millionaire. She attended trading meetups, bought the courses, had the multi-monitor setup. Her entire social circle knew her as the girl who was gonna make it big in the markets. When Sarah finally achieved consistency, she realized something devastating. She hated the day-to-day reality of trading. The early mornings, the screen time, the emotional drain of managing risk. But she couldn't quit, because quitting meant destroying the identity she'd spent 2 years building. She was trapped between who she'd told everyone she was and who she actually wanted to be. This identity crisis is brutal because it forces people to confront uncomfortable truths about themselves. Maybe they weren't as driven as they thought. Maybe they preferred security over entrepreneurship. Maybe they valued free time more than extra income. These realizations aren't failures, but they feel like failures when your entire sense of self has been built around becoming a trader. The traders who survive this identity crisis share one crucial characteristic. They're willing to evolve their relationship with trading instead of abandoning it entirely. They stop trying to force trading into the box of their original expectations and start accepting it for what it actually is. They separate the activity from their identity. Instead of being a trader, they become someone who trades. It sounds like a small distinction, but psychologically, it's massive. When trading is something you do rather than something you are, you can evaluate it objectively. You can ask honest questions about whether it's adding value to your life without feeling like you're questioning your entire existence. This shift allows people to make rational decisions about their involvement with trading. Some decide the returns aren't worth the time investment and scale back. Others discover they actually enjoy the analytical aspects more than they thought. Some find ways to automate their approach to reduce the daily grind. The key is making these decisions from a place of choice rather than identity protection. But there's another layer to this that makes the quitting phenomenon even more complex: social pressure and comparison. Trading communities, especially online ones, create an environment where everyone is constantly showcasing their best moments. People post their winning trades, but rarely discuss their losing weeks. They share screenshots of profitable months, but stay quiet about the emotional toll. This creates a distorted reality where struggling traders think they're the only ones finding it difficult. They believe everyone else is crushing it while they're barely staying afloat. The pressure to maintain appearances, to live up to the image of success that trading culture promotes, becomes overwhelming. When reality doesn't match the highlight reel, people don't just quit trading, they quit the entire community. They delete their trading social media accounts, leave the forums, ghost the group chats. It's not enough to just stop trading. They have to erase all evidence that they ever tried because the failure feels too public, too exposed. The successful traders who push through this phase learn to ignore the noise. They focus on their own journey instead of comparing themselves to others. They understand that everyone's path looks different and that consistency matters more than community approval. They build relationships with other traders who are honest about the struggles, not just the successes. The real reason most traders quit isn't about blown accounts or bad strategies. It's about the brutal collision between fantasy and reality. It's about discovering that success in trading looks nothing like what drew you to it in the first place. The ones who survive aren't necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They're the ones brave enough to let go of the dream and embrace the reality. So before you start your trading journey, ask yourself this question. Are you falling in love with the idea of trading, or are you prepared for what trading actually is? Because knowing the difference might just save you years of heartbreak.